Mador Technologies is in a very massive technical spot, guys. We are at a major support level at the bottom of this descending channel. It does appear, guys, there's a lot of room to the upside with not a lot of room to the lower. With that being said, my name is Dylan from Dylan's Trades, guys. We're going to waste no time. Let's get straight into this technical analysis breakdown. Going first to the weekly to analyze the broad long-term perspective. Then going to the daily for the medium and the hourly for the short term, wrapping it all together at the end. So with that being said, guys, we're now looking at the weekly, and we got a really simple image within stock price. These trend lines did get moved a little bit. That is my bad. So we did see a very long weekly descending channel. This has been playing out since 2023. Stock price gets to these highs and we reject at this very important blue trend line. We get to the bottom, bounce. Get to the top, reject. We stay within the medium center within this channel for quite some time before eventually getting a lot of volume within the market. The volume starts to pick up. Notice how the volume indicator starts to get big pips. And then we have a very quick short squeeze, as once again, this stock has just been in a very long-term descending channel. So once broken above this, guys, we get a lot of short squeezing opportunities, quickly getting to that $5 level, about 3 cents off where big money looks to get out, $1, $5, etc. We did get to that psychological level, 3 cents off and reject. So since then, we've been bleeding red, and we are down from these highs 61%. So this is obviously a very massive drop, guys, but situationally, it doesn't look too bad. On the weekly, we don't want to overanalyze this too much. We see a bunch of thin candles, meaning that each and every week the buyers have had something for the bears, but ultimately at the end of the week, they do win, pushing stock price lower. We have seen a pretty dull last 2 weeks, not much going on, more or less consolidation. So within this weekly setup, not much we want to analyze besides these 3 red candles simultaneously. If broken below this low at $1.70, you could see this red downside continue, and then we start to dip hard. But if we stay anywhere below here, guys, this is the spot where we should have a bounce within next week, probably pushing to that $2.90 resistance up here. So I believe we are in a good spot to form a nice strong green wide bar candle as of now in the weekly analysis, but there's a lot more moving factors into that as of now. So from a long-term perspective, we have to wait until the next few days or weeks to have a long-term bias. As we're trying to break over the top of this channel, we broke over it strong with a massive movement. Notice how we're paused exactly at these highs. We're paused exactly at these highs within this strong week. The next week, we got over this high. That would be the analysis if we had to track it live. And we're over this 240 is live. We pushed to $5. Boom, $5. So we just want to see if we can hang over the top of this descending channel. We will turn red a little bit brighter. If we can hold and start to creep up over that level and reclaim and push up a little bit over that 225 level and just bounce here in the most simple essence, this is a spot where we could break, retest, bounce. So very drastic move to the downside, but this does offer a lot of upside, especially in the short term if we see a green week pressing. So as of now, it does appear we'll get that, but we'll monitor this as this plays out live. Alrighty, guys, so now we're on the daily analysis, and what's notable about the daily is that yes, we're at the bottom of this very big support line. If we zoom out, right? Notice how initially when we got to this day, we left one body, one wick directly at this level before gapping up to $5. This was the spot where we paused before having that big movement. This is the big area. So we pull back to this region, hold there for 4 days, very respective. We attempt to bounce up, reject, and now we're at this level for 1, 2, and 3 days. We're now seeing a bullish engulfing on the daily analysis, and this does have a small wick on the top of this candle. Hence this highlighted region right here. Small wick, but nonetheless, this body, if we highlight the body, this completely encapsulates this other red body, not the wick. So this is a bullish pattern. And after having this nice confluence in the support, also at the bottom of this descending trend line, so a double support, there is a lot of upside that should be had at this level. Once again, we're not only at the support where we're bouncing within this region, right? We're right here within the support, but we're also trading within a descending trend line support. So what we like to call a double padded support, guys. This gives a lot of nice opportunities. So we're at these double areas. If we get our arrow out, which gives a very high implied probability that we do reach the top of this channel. And that is the prediction coming into this next trading week. We do have a gap to fill at this $2.30 level. So that's a short-term price target for you short-term guys. We're going to reach $2.30. Very high chance. We're pushing into next week, filling this gap, bouncing from these 2 regions. Once again, this and this, these 2 support levels. We're a very simple and similar situation. When we flipped over to BBI, we tracked not too long ago, guys. On BBI, we had the support level down at this level. and we had this descending trend line, which we will turn a little brighter just so you guys can get the image. And we said the last thing within the last video, guys, not only do we have this support over here, but we have this padded support. After we filmed that video, guys, we shot up very quickly, 15% in one day. So this does look very similar to BBI and a lot of the overall market flagging out within this descending channel form. Being at the bottom within these two support zones, it does seem to be a very good opportunity to go long here, guys. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, but hey, if you guys want to go long here, risk these lows at $1.70. If broken below there, we should be pushing $1.49, filling this gap right here. But as of now, anywhere above this level, man, the buyer should defend this region, pushing us higher to at least 230. If broken above, guys, 290 does seem imminent, and we could eventually be retesting these upper $4 levels. So a lot of upside unopened here, potentially a 100% mover. With that being said, guys, we're going to analyze the hourly candlesticks, just getting the last perspective within open stock price from a very short-term, minute aspect. So once again, we're in the hourly, guys. You can always tweak the hourly channels a little bit, and we would within this instance. Hence here. And we clearly see stock price trading within this descending channel, instead of pulling back from this very intense parabolic stage. And we just been very respectful, guys. We went from the floor to the floor to the floor to the floor to the ceiling, the ceiling, the ceiling, the ceiling, the floor, and now it is strong movement up. Potential for maybe a retest for a double bottom and a bounce. I think that's at worst, though, guys. I think open from a short-term perspective within Monday, we should have a great day. And yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Once again, we could get another retest as we had over here. Very similar setup, bounce at this center line, then getting a double bottom before then rising to 250. Could see that happen, but from a multiple standpoint perspective within a lot of different probabilities, a lot of them more than often do lead to upward trajectory. So on the hourly, it definitely does look bullish. You could argue from a short-term perspective, once again, maybe a couple hours of dip before getting the next bounce. But personally, I think we just see the upside come into next day, Monday, starting that movement, guys. So all in all, guys, opening is a very interesting perspective. Flipping over the weekly, we zoom in a little bit more. We have this very, very deep descending channel, which has been playing out since really the midway of 2023, playing within this for quite some time. We've broken over this euphorically before now trying to back test this. This is the spot where on the weekly, we want to see a green candle bounce at this level. If we break below this low, we could be seeing more downside for sure. On the daily analysis, we're at the bottom of this descending trend line and this overall support being this blue padded support level, very key support. Keep an eye on this, guys. We do look very, very good as well with a bullish engulfing on the daily candlesticks. We haven't seen one of these in quite some time. I believe it's been before the breakout, actually. We've seen one over here, a very small example of one, but we did see that over here. With that being said, that is the analysis, guys. If you guys found any value in the video, drop a sub and a like. We will continue to cover this very volatile stock open in this very intense period, about 1 to 2 times per week. So with that being said, have a good one, guys. Appreciate you making this point of the video. Until next time, guys. Peace.